The JoLynn Braley Show, Episode 10, 3 Fears That Will Keep You Fat. Hello and welcome. This is JoLynn Braley, the F18 Release Coach, and this is the JoLynn Braley Show. Join me on today's show as I go beyond the food to the real issue, your mindset. Specifically, on today's show, I'll be sharing even more with you about an F18 mindset, which remember, F18, those are your fear-attracting thoughts. And when you have a mindset based in fear-attracting thoughts, then that is a match to a body that is also overweight and behaviors which are overweight, such as overeating and avoiding exercise. So today, we'll actually be looking at 3 specific fears that will keep that physical fat on your body because they are already in your mindset. Now, what's exciting though is that once you get a weight loss mindset, then you replace those fear-attracting thoughts with a mindset that matches the fit, healthy, sexy body that you desire for yourself on the outside. Remember also that mindset is 90% of the game of achieving struggle-free permanent success with your weight. Diet and exercise, it's only 10% because if you don't have the 90% in place, then you cannot do the 10% without struggle and keep doing it consistently. Therefore, all of that knowledge that you already have of the 10%, how to eat and how to exercise and live a healthy lifestyle, what good does that do for you if you can know everything you need to know about how to live healthy and fit, but you're not doing it? So then, what kind of results do you get? When you aren't doing it, then that is a mindset issue. And that's what the whole game is about. If what you want to succeed in is struggle-free, permanent weight loss. Now, you can also find out more about struggle-free, permanent weight loss and a weight loss mindset by going to fearlessfatloss.com. Okay, now on today's show, 3 fears that will keep you fat. These are 3 fears that will keep that excess physical fat on your body because they match the fear-attracting thoughts that are already in your mindset. And before we look at those specific 3 fears, here's something good to know, which you probably would like to know, and that is, how do you know that you even have an F18 mindset right now? Well, it's very simple to know whether or not you do, and how you know is because of the results you see in the mirror and also the results that you're living in your behaviors. So, if you like what you see in the mirror and you are happy with how you eat and exercise, and none of this is a struggle for you, then that actually tells you that you already have a weight loss mindset, because a weight loss mindset enables you to have the body that you want to have, maintain the body that you want to have, because it's not any big deal for you to live healthy and fit. It's just who you are. That lifestyle is a match to a weight loss mindset, which actually transforms into a fit mindset. However, if you do not like what you see in the mirror and your behaviors are overeating and avoiding exercise, along with the inability to just do what you already know how to do when it comes to living a fit and healthy lifestyle, then that tells you that you have an F18 mindset. An F18 mindset is a match to an overweight body and overeating behaviors. And remember, what is very exciting is that once you replace that F18 mindset with a weight loss mindset, then what that gives you is struggle-free, permanent success with your weight because it becomes struggle-free for you to take the actions to allow that excess fat to drop off and stay off. All right, so these 3 specific fears that we're looking at on today's show, 3 fears that will keep that excess physical fat on your body. A very basic understanding to have before we look at these 3 fears is that every action that you take in your life, you are always taking action out of one of 2 core spaces, and those are the spaces of love or the spaces of fear. If you were already taking action for your body always and at any time out of the space of love, then I would expect that you could guess what type of body you would have right now. If you guessed that you would have the body that you would love to live in, then you are correct, because a weight loss mindset is based in love rather than fear. All right, so that's just something very basic to know, and that could take up an entire show in itself, but we only have a very limited amount of time. We've got to look at these top 3 fears that will keep that fat on your body. The number 1 fear is the fear of what others will think. And this is a major problem for most humans. Most humans worry about what others might be thinking about them, about their body, about how they're eating, about what they're eating, or they worry about what others will do or say about them if they actually live the life of their dreams while in the body of their dreams, if they actually change and grow and become the woman or the man that they've always wanted to be. Now, what this fear of what others may or may not think of you creates is it's a massive challenge for so many, because they, and if you can relate to this, you have learned not to trust yourself and instead to always ask others what they think. Now, granted, these folks are not asking a trained mentor and coach who they've hired to help them get out from behind their fears. They're not asking a person like that what they think and how they can move beyond their inner roadblocks. Instead, they're asking friends and loved ones what they think about A, B, C, and XYZ instead of asking themselves first what they think. And perhaps you can relate to this yourself. So instead of asking yourself what you want for your life and how you want to live and what kind of body you want to live in and how you want to eat and what type of exercise you want to be doing and what works for you and how that will fit into your schedule and how you need to prioritize yourself, instead what you're doing is you are living in fear and worry about what others will say, do, or think if you lose weight, if you transform, if you change your lifestyle. You're too worried about what others may or may not think if you actually invest in yourself and hire a highly skilled coach and mentor to help you get a weight loss mindset. So instead, you allow your fears to keep you stuck where you are. You may be afraid that others will laugh at you if you do what you need to do to change and grow and transform into the you you've always wanted to be. You might be afraid that others will leave you if you change and actually succeed. Or maybe you're afraid that others will put you down or will laugh at you if you tell them or if they see that you are making changes to live a healthy lifestyle. All of these fears of what others might say, do, or think, if you were to take action to get a weight loss mindset and lose weight for good, they only serve to hold you where you are. And what is happening is that your F18 mindset is holding you prisoner in your body that is layered in the excess physical fat, because that is what the F18 mindset on the inside matches on the outside. One of the universal laws that we all live under is the inner and the outer always match. I recommend you write that down. The inner and the outer always match. That is universal law. That is something that none of us can make up. That is a law of this universe. Okay, moving on. Number 2. Now, remember these 3 fears that I'm covering today, 3 fears that will keep you fat, that will keep that excess physical fat on your body. These are just 3 of the fears included in an F18 mindset, and there are many other fears that are attached to these, and you may have fears that I'm not even covering today. These are some basic ones that most people who struggle with their weight can relate to. So the number 2 fear is fear of failure. And this is a fear that I often hear from my inspiring, very, very, very exciting permanent weight loss coaching clients when we talk for the very first time. And the fear that they share with me is if they have failed so many times throughout their lifetime to lose weight and keep it off that they're actually afraid to do something new, even though the new steps that they do with me are completely different than anything they've ever done. You see, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and continue to fail, then it makes sense that you will likely fail again if you do the same thing again. For example, continuing to seek out another new mainstream diet that tells you how to eat, tells you what not to eat, tells you how to exercise. If you have done those over and over and over and over again throughout your life, and you may have even lost weight, but you always gain it back and you're not able to keep the weight off, you're not able to maintain it, you're not able to continue to live healthy and fit, then it makes sense that with all those failures piled up, that creates a big fear of failure. The problem is, though, that in order to break out of where you are, you've got to do something completely different, and it's got to be something that you haven't done before. And of course it needs to include accountability, and you need to be working with a professional who can help you get out from behind your inner roadblocks, because those things are blocks and blind spots that you can't even see. If you want to get a weight loss mindset and be able to achieve struggle-free permanent weight loss in the least amount of time possible, then that is why you would work with a pro. Now, if you allow your fear of failure to stop you from doing something completely different, radically different, something that is actually already working for others who have come before you, they've already done the same steps. If you allow your fear of failure to stop you from moving forward, then a question that you can ask yourself is, how will you ever get the results of struggle-free permanent weight loss? Because you do need to have a weight loss mindset in order to achieve the results of struggle-free permanent weight loss. Now let's take a quick commercial break here. And today's sponsor for the show is StopHidingBehindTheFat.com. And you can head on over to StopHidingBehindTheFat.com now, and you'll see up in the upper right hand corner a registration box. And as you enter your first name and email address there, and just click the submit button, then you're going to receive my free 5-day e-course, which is titled, Is Your Mindset Fit or Fat? Actually, it's titled, Is Your Mindset Fit or FAT? And you will discover what's really been stopping you from losing weight for good. And as an added bonus, you will also receive my weekly e-zine, which is delivered free each Tuesday to your email inbox for no extra charge. So as you go to StopHidingBehindTheFat.com and register now, you'll receive both of those bonuses to help you move a little bit closer to a weight loss mindset, and therefore move a little bit closer to permanent weight loss. Okay, now moving on. Number 3, the number 3 fear that we're looking at today that will keep that excess physical fat on your body is a surprising fear. This may be a surprising fear to you, and that is the fear of feeling good. And if this is a surprise to you, here's the best way to explain this. The majority are more comfortable staying in their comfort zone where it's comfortable, even if and even though it's painful for them to be there. Believe it or not, there are millions of people who are more invested in staying in their comfort zone where it's safe, even though it feels really bad to them, than they are invested in solving their food and weight problems once and for all. And this may be because you want to be right, and you want to, well, here's something that could be a completely separate show also, and that is the fact that your beliefs rule your life. And if you believe that you don't deserve to feel good, then you are correct, and you will prove that to be correct. And since you know that you would feel better if you were to live in the body of your dreams and no longer have any complaints about it and be living struggle-free, a healthy and fit lifestyle, just being the person that matches that healthy, fit lifestyle and matches the body that you want. Since that would make you feel good, if you have a belief that it's not good to feel good or that life is supposed to be a struggle, then those are beliefs that are part of an F18 mindset, and they will stop you from feeling good. They will keep that excess physical fat on your body. And it's quite a conundrum, because it might even sound a little crazy in a way when you'd think, well, why wouldn't everyone want to feel good? But what's actually going on is that you have to prove your beliefs correct, otherwise you would be crazy. If you have the belief that life is supposed to be a struggle, that you're supposed to struggle with your weight, and that you're not supposed to feel good, if those things were not true in your life right now, then you would feel crazy. And you have to prove your beliefs correct. So this fear of feeling good, which really is rooted in a belief, which actually all of these fears that I have shared with you today, if you were to work with a pro to transform the limiting beliefs that are underneath these fears, then these would all shift for you, and then you would be able to have the weight loss mindset that would support the body that you want. And with that mindset, which is 90% of the challenge, 90% of the game of creating and keeping the body of your dreams, then it would be easy for you to do the 10%, which is the diet and exercise. So the fear of feeling good, it is part of your comfort zone, and you're so used to, you've practiced it so long to live with the struggle and to live with the fears and to live with the doubts, to live with the beliefs that you can't lose weight, that it's too hard to do, that it takes too long. These are all limiting beliefs. You can hear that they're very negative, and so they limit you. Because you have been practicing them for so long, then it's just it's a tough thing to break out of on your own. And one thing that I would recommend, well, actually, first let's do this. Let's do some shout outs here, and then I'm going to give you a couple questions, or at least one question of the day, and then I'll wrap up what I was just about to share there with you, because it will make more sense when I give you the question of the day. So, shout outs today. To get a shout out on the show, here's how you do it. Go to the JoLynnBraleyShow.com and click like to like our Facebook page. Each week, what I do on the show is I give shout outs to all the new likes on the page since the last show. It's a lot of fun, and it's a way for me to thank and to welcome all of the new people who have liked the show page since last week, and you get to hear your name on the show. It's fun. And this week's shout outs go out to Tina, Christine, and Teresa. Tina, Christine, and Teresa, welcome to the JoLynn Braley Show Facebook page, and thanks for liking the page. Welcome to the show. And by the way, if you have any suggestions, anything that you'd like to hear me cover in an upcoming show, just leave a comment either on one of the posts on the JoLynnBraleyShow.com, or leave a comment on the page, and just put that out there. We're always open to hearing any topics you'd like to see covered on the show. All right, and here's your question of the day. And I do suggest that you write this on paper and then write your answer underneath. When I work with my inspiring permanent weight loss coaching clients, they write all exercises pen on paper. There is a connection that occurs between the hand, brain, and heart that you actually miss out on when typing on a keyboard. So it's very important to write pen on paper. So your question of the day: what are all of the fears that are keeping you fat? What are all of the fears that are keeping and holding that excess physical fat on your body? So make a list of all of the fears that are stopping you from losing weight for good. These are the fears that are keeping that excess physical fat on your body. These fears are holding you back from taking action to live healthy and fit. They're holding you back from making you a priority in your life. And then once you make that list, it may be a very long list, so you're going to need a few minutes to do this. Then write down exactly what you are doing to overcome all of your fears and replace your FAT with a weight loss mindset. And here is the part that I mentioned a minute ago that I would share with you here at this point because it ties in nicely. And what that is I do realize that you probably don't know how to get a weight loss mindset. And you also do not know what you do not know. And this is another conundrum to be in. And this is what I started to mention a minute ago before we covered the shoutouts, because it's very difficult to be stuck in limiting beliefs and in your comfort zone, and it's difficult to break out of those so that you can release that fear of feeling good or release any of the fears that I covered today, and even the fears I haven't covered today. It's very difficult to do that alone and all by yourself because, for one thing, you haven't been doing that throughout your life. What you've practiced is how to follow a physical eat this, don't eat that, do this kind of exercise diet. You've had a lot of practice at that. You've had a lot of practice at collecting diet and exercise information. You probably know so much about nutrition that you could teach a class on it. At least that's how all of my very inspiring permanent weight loss coaching clients are. They don't have a problem with knowing how to lose weight. They've already done that. They have never been able to keep it off, so they've lost weight over and over and over again and then just regained it all those different times until they work with me and get a weight loss mindset, and then they are able to release the excess fat and keep it off. So since it's a conundrum to be in where you're at and you do not know what you do not know, this is why hiring a professional, top-notch mentor to coach you out of your blind spots, this is the quickest way to get a weight loss mindset. It's the quickest way to get to that body that you'd love to live in. It's the quickest way to achieve struggle-free permanent weight loss if, of course, that mentor already has a proprietary, proven, step-by-step system to guide you through, to guide you out of the conundrum you're in and guide you over to the other side where you replace your F18 mindset with a weight loss mindset, and then you are able to take struggle-free, healthy action to live healthy and fit. So to help you out, if you are serious about getting a weight loss mindset in the least amount of time possible, then you can go to fearlessfatloss.com to learn more. And while you're there, you can apply for a complimentary weight loss discovery session today. And do note that only 3 applications are accepted per week. Therefore, they are available on a very limited basis. And that complimentary weight loss discovery session, that would be your first step towards struggle-free permanent weight loss in the least amount of time possible. All right, so let's quickly look at what you learned here today. You learned the top 3 fears that will keep that excess physical fat on your body. You learn that an F18 mindset is a match to an overweight body and overweight behaviors. You also learn that a weight loss mindset matches the body of your dreams and makes weight loss easy for you. You learn that one of the universal laws we live under here, that all of us live under, is that the inner and the outer always match. This is one of the reasons it is so highly important to get the mindset on the inside that matches up with the body and the lifestyle that you would love to live on the outside, and be able to live that without struggle. Because of course you know that there are certain physical actions that you need to do to get the body that you want. The problem is that you're not able right now to do them, and to do them consistently, and to do them without self-sabotage, so that you can keep going and allow that fat to drop off and stay off. You also learned today that the reason a weight loss mindset makes weight loss so easy is because it enables you to do the 10% of the solution, the diet and exercise. And you learned that the quickest way to get a weight loss mindset is to hire a professional mentor who can coach you through their proven step-by-step system, because on your own you just don't know what you do not know. You also learned that you can learn more and apply for a complimentary weight loss discovery session at fearlessfatloss.com. And you learned that the reason that you're not taking action today to do what you already know how to do to live a healthy and fit lifestyle is because of your mindset. So, we covered a great deal, a large amount of information on today's show, and be sure to also go over to the JoLynnBraleyShow.com and like our Facebook page, and then you'll get a shout out from me on an upcoming episode. That's a lot of fun, like I said, and it's fun for you too. And you can even, on our Facebook page, if you have any suggestions for upcoming shows, go ahead and leave them there. Also, if you are subscribed in iTunes, go ahead and give the show a 5-star rating. Next week's show. This will be a fun show also, and what I will be covering is a reader question about sugar addiction. 5 or 6 years ago, this is a very long time ago, I used to write about sugar addiction, and that was on my website, The Fit Shack, which today is called fearlessfatloss.com. And a reader wrote in recently to ask me about one of those old articles I'd written about sugar addiction, and she wants to know why I no longer believe today that sugar addiction is the main problem. So on next week's show, I will share with you her entire question, and I will also give you the answer to the question of why isn't sugar addiction really the problem with why you're having such a struggle with food and your weight. Okay, so this is the JoLynn Braley Show, and my name is JoLynn Braley. I am the FAT Release Coach. You can find out more at fearlessfatloss.com, and while you're there, you can grab my free 5-day e-course, and that will help you discover what's really been stopping you from losing weight for good, and also what you can do about it. Do that at fearlessfatloss.com. Thank you so much for being on the show today, and here is to your best life while in your ideal body.